Hey everyone, this is MrAddOil again, helping you fight your today for your better tomorrow. And this will be the last video of this video series on why, the top 10 reasons of why I switched from software sales to software development. And the value for you to keep, I'm pretty sure you're getting a lot of value out of this video series, but this is the end. And then the key takeaway, what's in it for you is you can revisit all the videos that you watched, or you can check out the blog that I wrote. And like I said, if you resonate with at least 7 of these 10 points, then you self-qualified yourself. You gave yourself permission to take action to learn a little bit more about software development. And maybe this could be a career for you in the future. And today we're gonna talk about the 10th reason, or the last reason why I made this shift, right? And the reason is because software development is one of the most prestigious, top-ranked, sought-after careers out of other careers. And for this 10th argument of why you want to consider software development, and that reason being it's a prestigious, one of the top-ranked careers out there, for you to self-qualify in this category, I have like 4 points. If you resonate with 2 of those points, then you can self-qualify yourself and win this argument for yourself. So the first reason will be software development is a lucrative career, right? I strategically place this reason towards the end of this video series because in order for you to be bought in, a lot of people get attracted to like this idea that everyone knows that software developers make a lot of money. But if you went through the rest of this video series, like you have to be won over by those points that I've mentioned to make the money that you earn in this career worth it. Because the worst thing that can happen is you're making a lot of money, but you're working at a job that you hate. And then, a lot of us, the majority, we go to work 9 to 5 or even more. So just because like software development is lucrative doesn't mean that it'll be a good fit for you if you don't enjoy the work. Next, if finding or working at a lucrative job is your main objective, like that resonates with you the most, or you're in this life stage where making money is really important, then software development probably falls a little bit short of sales, right? Especially enterprise sales. So if you're interested in making a lot of money, I would recommend that you explore enterprise software sales, where you could potentially make $500,000 per year or even more. And then on the baseline, I think you'd be making a little bit more than $250,000 per year. Software developers in their entire package, they get close to like $250,000 with like base pay and then like stocks. But when it comes to pure money making, money now type of careers is enterprise sales. So yes, software development is a lucrative career, but there's better careers or jobs out there where you can make much more than a software developer. However, when compared with an entry-level software salesperson and an entry-level software developer, you will be, as a software developer in an entry-level role, you'll be making close to 2 times that of like an entry-level salesperson when it comes to base salary. Granted, the entry-level salesperson, if they're in a closing role or a really high-paying sales development SDR role, with the commission variable, they can get close to making like 6 figures like a software developer in San Francisco. But right out of the gate, like you'll be making 6 figure. Granted that I'm basing this number because I live in San Francisco, one of the most expensive cities and one of the cities that really value software development talent. The second reason why it's just a great career, software development is a great career to be in, it's because of the perks, right? So we just talked about how software development is very lucrative, but there's a lot of perks involved with it too, right? In this type of work, companies really value software developers. They pay a lot, and a lot for like recruiting software developers, retaining them, And then basically, especially if you're like a product oriented company where it's not business driven, not sales driven, like companies like Google where the product is very technical in nature, they'll put even more value in engineers because that's what drives the business, right? And because of that, they get really great perks. Like on top of my head, you would get great work-life balance. You'll get like 401k matching. You will get other like stock options, RSUs, and just a bunch of other perks that comes along with this career. And the third reason, the reason why this is like a prestigious top ranked career is because the demand for it is only getting more. Like the demand for software developers are only going to increase as we continue into the future. And because of that demand, like this is one of the rare careers where recruiters, companies will be fighting for you. Like it's not bizarre to hear a story where a software developer, a senior software developer who has a track record of excellence and producing great results, like they might be hounded by recruiters, like tons of recruiters per week. And then for them, they can probably get a job anywhere, right? In that situation, like big companies will be fighting for this individual and they'll bid high prices to close that person to work for their company. And the last reason, and I call it the prestige few, or I guess the elites of society. I don't know if I'm framing that right, but what I'm trying to say is it's just a nice name to have or title to have. When you tell someone that you're a software developer or a software engineer, like subconsciously people just get attracted to you. Maybe it's just like a San Francisco Bay Area thing, but people really put software engineers and developers in high regard, right? Both in your company, inside the company and outside, like you're regarded as the brains of the operations. You are the person that builds the actual product. And you're also known as the intellect, right? Like, I mean, it's not true, but like, I mean, it is true. Like software developers are pretty smart, but people expect you to know how to like fix your printer, a broken printer or something like that. I mean, it's so cool. Like people still view you as an intellectual, right? And like I mentioned in the first point, it's well known that like when you say you're a software engineer, people assume that you have deep, stable pockets, right? Like, you know, they know that you'll be earning well, and then as long as you do your job well, like companies are very hesitant to fire you. And lastly, like, I mean, everything that we talked about is about social status, right? But I'm gonna tell you a story. So when I was using this dating app, it's also from a local startup in San Francisco, I believe. I might be wrong, don't quote me on that, but coffee meets bagel. So I think when I first started on that, I just put myself like as a software salesperson, right? Or I just did sales in general. I mean, I still got pretty good leads. People, you know, wanted to go on a date with me. But one day I was just like, I'm gonna try different titles, right? So one day I tried a title. I put my title as co-founder, technical co-founder, and then I put like software developer or something like that. And then after I changed my title, like my conversion rate just like, it just shot up for like a couple of days. Obviously, I didn't go on dates with these girls because I was like, man, these girls are quite superficial. But that's just the reality of it. Like, you know, their software developers are hot on the market. I mean, based on status, right? Like, there could be software developers who are jerks, and they won't, you know, I mean, they might secure a date, but then they won't make it all the way and be in a stable relationship. But I digress, right? In terms of social status, it helps to be a software developer. So that's it. Those were the 10 videos. I'm glad if you were able to stick with me throughout the 10 videos that I made in this video series of why I decided in 2019 to switch from software sales to software development. I hope that you got a lot of value out of that. And like I mentioned, like throughout this whole video series, it's basically designed for you to self-qualify yourself to see if you resonate with any of these, at least 7 out of 10 of these reasons, to self-qualify yourself to taking a greater step or taking a small action step to learn more about software development. You know what? I lied. So it doesn't have to be 7 out of the 10. Like if you resonate with even one of them and you want to learn more about software development, then more power to you. I encourage you to go for it, but I just put this random number of 7 out of 10 to make it even more convincing and a stronger argument for yourself. So, I mean, if you could, like the higher you rank, the larger your number is, the better. But if 1 out of 10 of these reasons really resonate with you, like try learning a little bit more. And then maybe in this learning process, you'll figure out during that journey that, oh, I actually resonate with a lot more of the reasons that I've mentioned in this video. And if so, then I'm happy for you. But the key takeaway is please take action like I did, right? I prepared for like 2 years. Like there's stories of like software developers who jumped into a professional role within like months, half a year to a year. For me, like it's been taking like a little bit over a year and a half. So I'm just really excited and proud of myself for taking that step towards action. But it's going to be a tough journey, and in the future I'm going to be producing more videos relating to software development in the context of this boot camp that I've joined called Block, which is a remote online boot camp based in San Francisco, and then it's totally self-paced. I'm going to do more videos about that, and I'm going to create video content and blog contents on how I won myself over to picking and choosing Block coding bootcamp versus other ones. So again, this is MrAddOil helping you fight your today for your better tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next video. If you like what you've seen so far, please subscribe and help this channel out. My goal for this first quarter of 2019 is to get to 100 subscribers. So if you can help contribute in some ways, I'll be super thankful. Again, thank you so much for watching.